Can you explain shares and HEX a little? Sure. Listen, I get this fucking question all the time. I don't know why you guys don't get it, but I'm going to explain it to you, okay? HEX stakers as a class receive income from three things. Inflation, which is up to 3.69% of all of HEX, okay? That's been minted, which right now is like 250 billion HEX currently. And we're halfway through the launch phase. So before big payday, maybe it's like 500 billion. Then after big payday, nobody knows when those will actually get minted because nobody's how long everyone's going to be staked. 2, their share of early end stakes and late end stakes. And that's it. That's it. That's all the profit to the staker class. Inflation and penalties. Their share of the early and late end stake penalties. Now, how are you going to divide up that profit? How are you going to divide up that income? How are you going to divide up that inflation and penalty shares? You're going to divide it by the number of shares people got. It's that easy. If you're 10% of the shares, you get 10% of the stuff. If you're 20% of the shares, you get 20% of the stuff. And by stuff, I mean income, right? That's all it means, man. That's it. If you own 10% of the shares, you get 10% of the inflation and 10% of the penalty shares, right? Because the staker class gets half of the early end stake penalties and half of the late end stake penalties. So is that hard to understand? No, it's not. It's just like Bitcoin. If you're 10% of the hash rate, you get 10% of the block rewards. It's just like a normal company. If you own 10% of the company, you get like 10% of the money. It's a small company, you know. It gets weird with different types of classifications and stuff as companies get bigger. It's damn easy to understand. Inflation and penalties, pay the stakers. Stakers get the money divided by shares. If you own more shares, you get more money. Or HEX, I'm calling it money. Is that hard, man? No, it's not hard. It's not hard. Early and late end stakes, inflation, goes to the staker class. If you own 10% of shares, you get 10% of the money. Damn easy. Now, how do you get shares? You stake HEX. Okay. Well, do you get more shares if you stake more HEX? Yes, you do. Why? Because just like when you go to the store with $1 and you buy candy, if you give more dollars, you get more candy. If you stake more HEX, you get more shares. And the candy changes price sometimes, don't it? Usually goes up. Same with HEX. HEX has a share price. It can only go up. So the longer you wait, the higher share price you're going to pay. That's simple. And then there's two things that modify how many shares you get. You get bonus shares. You stake longer, you can get up to 3x the shares. You stake bigger, you can get up to 1.1x the shares. Notice that longer is worth about 20 times what bigger is, because we're not really trying to make the rich richer. We don't want people to spam the network. We want to have them a reason to combine their stakes together to reduce load on the network, to be good citizens. And that's it, man. That's it. Early and late end stake penalties and interest goes to the staker class. Staker class divides it by shares. If you own 10% of the shares, you get 10% of the income. Shares are acquired by staking HEX. The more HEX you stake, the more shares you get. The longer you stake, the more shares you get. The bigger you stake, the more shares you get. And that's it, man. That's it. This ain't hard.